Hi, I'm here with Cathy Harris, a former U.S. Customs and Border Patrol senior officer and inspector who blew the whistle on abuse in the system. Tell us, Cathy, specifically, what did you see, who is doing this, and to whom?
Well, in October of 1998, I decided to come forward and expose what was going on in my agency, the United States Customs Service. I had seen for a period of 10 years my coworkers select a certain group of individuals for illegal racial profiling, abusive pat-downs, illegal strip searches, invasive cavity searches, and prolonged detentions that lasted up to 4 days at the hospital. It was my coworkers, United States Customs Inspector officers.
How long did you wait before you said anything about it, and what made you go ahead and come forward?
Well, a year before I came forward, in October of 1998, I had decided to come forward. Even though I saw the abuses at an earlier stage, when it comes to whistleblowing, you have to be in the right position. You have to be strategic when you blow the whistle. So I did wait a while, otherwise I would not have been successful.
Okay. Were you the victim of any backlash for your honesty, and if so, how?
Well, of course, you know, as I was blowing the whistle on what was going on with the passengers, I was also experiencing abuse my own self. So I ended up filing 10 EEO complaints against the agency as I blew the whistle on the agency. And because I blew the whistle, of course, they came after me and they forced me out of the job on 15 months of unpaid stress leave, where I eventually lost my home. And eventually I went back to work and everything worked out because I filed a lawsuit against the agency and won my lawsuit and was able to go back to work.
Okay. Please elaborate on the Civil Rights and International Travelers Act and the Reasonable Search Standards Act that you helped employ.
Well, that were just some of the reforms that were put into place. And the thing about whistleblowing, the #1 goal is to make reforms. And what happened was they made some great reforms, and part of those reforms was they introduced 2 bills, the Civil Rights for International Travelers Act and the Reasonable Search Standards Act. So because they introduced those bills twice, it put a lot of new laws on the books that protected international travelers from the abuse.
Obviously, you've got a lot of pride in knowing that you helped bring about this change.
Of course, and you know, that's what it's all about. Again, it's all about making reforms. You cannot blow the whistle because you have some kind of vendetta. It's all about making reforms.
What kind of injustices still take place in society and in the workplace today, and what can we do to stop this?
Well, the biggest thing is, you know, this is Black History Month, and the biggest thing that's going on right now is abuse in the workplace. I've written 3 books on workplace discrimination, and workplace discrimination is very prevalent in this country. And we just need to continue to move forward and challenge the EEOC laws, because the EEOC laws do not work. It just makes it look like it will be justice. It's an appearance of justice. But if you file an EEO complaint in the workplace, there is no justice when you file these types of complaints.
What advice would you give potential whistleblowers out there today?
Well, come forward now, and because of technology, I will put everything on YouTube. Use technology to blow the whistle now and understand what's going to happen to you, because they still will come after you. So learn everything you can up front before you come forward and blow the whistle.
Tell us about what you're doing now. Obviously, you've authored some books, and you're going on a tour speaking about what you've been through.
Right. Well, when I retired from the agency, I won my lawsuit and retired from the agency in 2005. And after that, I went from being a victim to an empowerment speaker. So back then, I was in a position to inspire and uplift people, so I'm still in that position. So with my company, which is an empowerment company, I just launched a 15-state humanitarian tour all over the country. I'm traveling around trying to inspire people to be uplifted, to educate, inform them on what it is that they need to do right now, to how to gain access to information so they can figure out what it is that they need to do in their lives right now.
When guests leave your presentation tomorrow night, what is the general message you want to leave with them as they leave?
Well, when they leave my presentation, they will have an action plan to go back into their workplace, into their home, into their community, and really make some things happen. It's all about action plans.
Okay. Cathy Harris speaks Thursday night at Louder Hall in room 125A at 7 o'clock.